Even world champion Sébastien Ogier, born locally in Gap, was caught on slick tyres in the increasingly snowy conditions. He was off the pace in the opening loop. The big surprise of the first morning, Robert Kubica, the former F1 star, winning the opening 2 stages, but he too would be caught out by the unexpected snow in stage 3, losing a minute and a half. Kubica would finish the opening day 3rd. Chris Meek among those carrying a pair of winter tyres in the boot. Wise move, he bolted them on to help him blast into 2nd place. But the biggest surprise of day 1, local privateer, another to opt for a pair of winter tyres, going into a 38-second lead by the end of the opening day. Day 2 brought wet weather, but crucially, marginally better grip, although Mads Osberg was forced to take evasive action on a particularly slippery section after the flying finish at stage 8. No damage done though, and Mads finished the day 4th overall. As expected, reigning champion Ogier was on a charge from the start, but he was also caught out at the end of stage 8. Ogier far from happy with having to take evasive measures, but he went on to post a series of fastest times, blasting into the lead of the rally. There was drama too for VW teammate Jari Matti Latvala. He was forced to stop to change a wheel after picking up a puncture. Ford's new boy Elfyn Evans caught and passed the Finn, only for Jari Matti to get going again and catch up with the young Welshman.
You've got to stop the lap, all of he's behind you. He's below over 4 right. Stop though. Keep me noise behind you, I've got a message 6.
After some internal deliberations, Elfyn politely took to the grass to allow the flying Finn to pass. And as if VW's day wasn't dramatic enough, their 3rd driver, Andreas Mikkelsen, slid off on a patch of snow and ice in Sisteron, commandeering spectators to push his stricken car back onto the stage. But the unluckiest man on the day was former F1 star Robert Kubica. After stunning the rally world with his pace, the pole misjudged the grip levels in stage 9, slamming his car into a bridge. Kubica's hopes literally up in flames. So after all that, Ogier starts the final day of the rally with a healthy 51-second lead over the impressive privateer Brian Bouffier. Chris Meek's consistent drive means he holds a relatively comfortable 3rd. Elfyn Evans on his first full season is 10 seconds behind Latvala, although he'll need to have half an eye open for M Sport teammate Hervenen, who starts today just 29 seconds behind. All the history, all the heritage, the Col de Torini. Over the years, one thing has remained the same. Tyre choice as ever, a crucial factor in the unpredictable, ever-changing conditions. So let's first get some expert insight into what's on offer and why.
When you hit the snow and you have at least 2 snow tyres, you have a bit grip for the traction and for the braking. And then you can be a bit more confident, especially on the downhill brakings, because I tell you, the downhill is the worst when the slick, when you hit the ice and you don't have nothing, and you are just a passenger.
As many have found out over the years, in front of the huge crowds that traditionally gather up on the Col. Right, let's pop down to service now, see what we can find out about those tyre choices with 1 or 2 of the crews.
Tyres, I think if there's some snow, it will be between for sure studs and no stud, but if it's raining, it depends if it's cleaning the road or not. Up to now we haven't made a point, we'll do it in a few minutes.
Yeah, we have been through the weather, and it seems to be quite tricky, especially with the high altitude today. So I think we will see what we choose, but I don't think there will be any slick tires today.
We all know what the big challenge of the Col de Torini and the stage in Sospel. So we also have to do them again tonight in the dark. So 4 very, very difficult stages, and with the weather like this, it can be real tricky. So for sure nothing is finished, and we really have to concentrate this afternoon.
Well, having decided whether to stick or twist, here's what they face. 4 stages in total, including 2 runs through one of the most famous sections of rally stage in the world, the Col de Torini. The final stage is a power stage. Extra points up for grabs there for those brave enough to push. And reports suggest there's plenty of snow ahead. Another intriguing day's action to come then in the company of John Desborough.
Stage 12, the one every rally driver wants a go at, Turini. They rate this as one of the world's most dangerous roads, but one of the most stunning. It's under all that snow somewhere, I promise you. Sounds like a good combination to me, that. Snow, danger, and to Mikko Hirvonen in 7th place, but right off colour. If he was a racehorse, they'd change his food. Driving pretty much Hirvonen Citroen from last year is Chris Meek, and making a great fist of it in all this snow. He's quick, but safe too. A mature final day from him. So the story goes that Brian Bouffier had to borrow a set of co-driver's notes in order to finish last night's final stage. Well, a new day means he's once again hearing familiar instructions, and let's face it, in all of this, he needs to hear them. Gallic Flair, our rally leader, tackles the first run over this col with a measured professional performance. It's another stage win for Sébastien Ogier, faster than his teammate by 0.3 of a second.
So the world champion takes another step towards clinching his first Rallye Monte Carlo victory. Brian Bouffier extends the gap to Chris Meek, and Mikko Hirvonen has closed to within 12 seconds in the battle for 6th with M-Sport teammate Elfyn Evans. Next, another big challenge. After the snow of Turini, they face the driving rain of Sospel. It's day 3 of Rallye Monte Carlo, the first part of which was based in the French town of Gap, the capital of the Hautes-Alpes region. Gap also happens to be where rally leader and world champion Sébastien Ogier was born. Coincidentally, the town was also voted the most popular major sporting city in France last year. Today, though, the crews are based in Monte Carlo, arguably the most famous motorsport venue in the world. The stages are up in the hills to the north. Time now to rejoin the action with John.
Stage 13 now, and I have to tell you, there was a nasty rumour that we were going to get 50 millimetres of rain today. Looks like we're getting every single drop. So, Ogier the man to catch, and stage 13 is heavy on the handbrake. Elfyn Evans and Daniel Barrett. One to the left, and one to the right. The water sprays up from the back of Elfyn's Fiesta. The Fiesta, the most powerful car that this man has ever driven. But here, the youngster starts to fear failure just a little bit. And he drops a couple of seconds and loses 6th place to Mikko Hirvonen. The lever of fever, as some of us like to call the handbrake, is an essential bit of kit for getting round these famous hairpin bends, as you can see. Jari-Matti Latvala now lies in 5th place, a long, long way off 4th place. Another hairpin coming up, where it's turn, clutch, pull that handbrake, and up you go. And the thing you know about Jari-Matti is he won't give up the chase. He won't give up, and he also has to hope that this man makes a mistake. Mads Osberg has not had a drive free of mistakes this weekend. He just wishes that all this water was snow. stays in 4th place, possibly after getting a message from Citroën to take it easy and not risk anything. And the same will apply to Chris Meek. He's in 3rd place. The last time a British driver drove to a place on the podium was all the way back in 2003. Meek has a handshake, you know, like a mole wrench. And he needs to grab some podium finishes on a regular basis this season. And so on to the 2 happiest men in France. There should only be one. Well, he'll be along in a minute, the one that it should be, but such has been Brian Bouffier's delight at this result on the Monte Carlo. He's described the possibility of just being runner-up as just about perfect. Turn, clutch, pull, slide. Lots of sliding on the Monte Carlo 2014. Oh, the last British driver to finish on a podium in the World Rally Championship, Richard Burns in Australia, all the way back in 2003. And why, you might ask, is this man Brian Bouffier so happy to finish in 2nd place? Well, that's because this fella, Sébastien Ogier, is now